The Supreme Court just took power away from bureaucrats and returned it to we, the people. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. It was an historic decision overshadowed by the storm over its abortion ruling, but the Supreme Court struck a stunning blow against unbridled, unaccountable, bureaucratic power. It decisively declared in West Virginia versus Environmental Protection Agency that the EPA vastly exceeded its authority with regulations to force utilities to switch from fossil fuels to so-called renewables, most notably windmills and solar panels. The court was clear. If an unelected agency is going to issue rules that have a major impact on society, it must have explicit authority from Congress to do so. It just can't conjure up justifications from twisted readings of laws. In this case, the EPA began moving several years ago to put arbitrary caps on greenhouse gas emissions with the ultimate goal to make it illegal to use oil, gas, or coal to generate electricity. Trouble was, there was no legal mandate to impose such sweeping changes. In fact, Congress had repeatedly refused to pass such legislation. Frustrated, extreme environmentalists resorted to get regulators to achieve what they couldn't get done by the democratic process. But here, as Chief Justice Roberts pointed out, the EPA was using methods, quote, that Congress has already considered and rejected numerous times, end quote. The EPA's overreach was not isolated. For decades, such agencies have been taking on increased powers. Their rules have the power of federal law. Congress may pass some 150 laws a year. These agencies, literally thousands of regulations and decrees. Congress has gone along with this emasculation of its traditional powers because it allows lawmakers to duck accountability for unpopular decisions. In fact, many laws have been deliberately written with vague language to give bureaucrats maximum flexibility to enact programs Congress didn't want to have its fingerprints on. This neutering of Congress goes back to the late 1800s, with the rise of the idea that a modern industrial society had made the Constitution obsolete, and that government should be run by experts who would not be bogged down by the laborious legislative process. Woodrow Wilson, our 28th president, was a prime proponent of the belief that the Constitution, with its checks on government power, had outlived its usefulness. This notion was recently expressed by Anthony Fauci, who said decisions made by health experts like himself shouldn't be subject to judicial review. But our founders wisely understood that such concepts are recipes for tyranny. All those who exercise power should be held accountable for their actions. Moreover, experts are not always right, including Dr. Fauci, who in the weeks before the March 2020 lockdown was saying people should be more concerned with the seasonal flu than with the emerging coronavirus. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.